The next quality attribute we will talk about is extensibility. A system that implements extensibility, or an extensible system, is a system that its functionality can be extended without modifying its existing code. Let's explain it through a real-world example. Let's say we have an information system that has an API to query its data. The API has a specific parameter called format that specifies the exact format of the data to be returned. On day one, the system supports two formats, JSON and XML. Everyone is happy with these formats and the system works perfect. Then, one day, a new requirement is received that requires a new format to be added to the list, CSV. Now, on a naive system, the part that made the formats was created as a single class that contains a switch statement that checks what is the required format and executes code accordingly. In a code built like that, the new requirement presents a serious problem. We now have to modify a core piece of code and then perform all the tests it requires in order to ensure we didn't screw anything. In an extensible system, the process is quite different. In such a system, we do not need to modify the original code, but rather to extend it. Now, what does it mean to extend the code? By extending, we mean that we can add new code to the application and make it work without modifying the original code. There are various methods for such an extension, for example, inheritance, plugin framework, and more. One of the most common patterns is using a plugin framework with a dependency injection, similar to the code shown now. In this code, the format name, which is XML, JSON, or CSV, or any other future format, is passed to the factory method getFormatter. The factory method returns an implementation of the iFormatter interface. Note that the calling code has no idea what is the specific implementation that was returned. We will discuss more about it later, but the important thing to understand about the extensibility quality attribute is that such methods exist, and they allow us to extend the system's functionality without modifying its code.